everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to do top tips when applying for accommodation video, because I feel like it's getting towards the time where you guys you've either finished or you're still like doing the last parts of your personal statement and like submitting them to your tutors to get them to read or whatever, and then they're going to be sending it off to uni, and then obviously just waiting to hear whether you've got into one of your choices or not. So I feel like when it hits to late March, April, and basically April as like just as a whole, is where you start applying for your accommodation and where you want to live. If you're going to decide to live in halls, or you're going to decide to live somewhere else, whatever. But yeah, you just have to start applying for stuff. So I thought I'd do this video today, so then you guys, you know, you've got knowledge and you know what you're going to go into for the moving process, and then you've got your tips and you know what to look for when you're choosing your rooms and stuff like that. So yeah, I just thought this would help, and yeah, so let's get into the video. So my first tip when applying for student halls is that you've got to apply. I really advise, I said this in my semester 1 review video, but when you've like decided where you want to live and all that stuff, you get given a slot where you've got to choose your room and stuff. So you get given a time, like mine was at 1 PM. So yeah, everyone's is different, but yeah, so when they give you that time, do it at that time. Don't wait until you're finished doing whatever you're doing, or if you're, I don't know, you're at college and you're doing some work, you have to tell the teacher, like, you need to apply for your accommodation. Because I was at college and I didn't do that. I waited until I got home, and then the time I got home there was no places left at the accommodation that I actually wanted to stay at, so I had to go and look at an alternative, which was annoying. But yeah, if you don't want what to happen to you, I would advise that you do apply for your accommodation, the chosen one or the one you want to go to or whatever, your room and stuff. You do that at the slot that they give you at the time. It's just easier, it's calm, stress free, everyone's happy. Okay, so for the second top tip, I would say, like personally, if you don't want to be disturbed by people coming in and out of the accommodation, or just people going outside for a smoke or a chat outside or whatever in the courtyard a bit, avoid booking the, what's it called, the ground floor. Go from the first floor upwards, because so the ground floor is like the bottom floor of the accommodation, obviously, and obviously people are walking around all the time, and when we're doing freshers, and not even just freshers but weekends and stuff, when people have parties, they're always outside, and the people that smoke are always out there making noise and stuff. You can hear them. It's a bit annoying. Like, obviously I've got friends that are on the ground floor and they say it's really annoying and irritating for them, so I just thought I'd let you guys know, if you were opting to go for that, just so if you still want to go for it, then you know what to expect, and if not, you can avoid that floor altogether. But yeah, it's just not really ideal. But yeah, and also, like, our accommodation get flooded, and guess what was the first floor to get flooded and affected lots? The ground floor. So I would just avoid it. But yeah, it's just, but I'll say one of the cons of living on the lower floors is that you can move in easy. You don't have to go up like 10 flights of stairs. It's just calm. Like, I'm on the first floor, which isn't as bad as the ground floor, but yeah, I was only going up 1 flight of stairs and I was dead. I was huffing. So I was like, good job I actually didn't opt to go for the 4th floor, which is, I was originally going to be on that floor, but then they had to swap my room around, so yeah. But yeah, honestly, I don't know how I could have gone up 4 flights of stairs with all my stuff. I had a lot of stuff. Oh, but yeah, I was just like, it was a sign. God wanted me to come to the first floor. And I understand it now, so thank you. But yeah, so my third tip is, yeah, it's kind of going into this previous point, not be too low or too high, like in a flat or in a room where you decide to stay, because being on the top floor, as I said previous, if you're on the top floor, it's going to take more effort for you to get up all your shit to your room, and it's going to be the same when you're moving out. Yeah, some of them might have lifts, but still, you're still going to have to take all your stuff into the lift and then up the stairs. And there's like, the lifts in accommodations, they aren't that big either, so if everyone else is doing the same thing as you, it's going to take forever. And it's the same with the being on the lower floors, that obviously when you're moving in it's fine, but throughout your stay you're going to get disturbed by lots of noise. So yeah, so my fourth tip is thinking about the location of your student accommodation. So are your halls close enough to like your uni? Obviously that's the number one priority, uni. And then is it like in a good location near like city centre, shops like Asda or food shopping, corner shops, parks, or places that you ideally would like to visit and stuff. And but remember, being more central will help you save lots on like taxi fares. Like I hardly get a taxi or bus, I just walk everywhere because it's easier and stress free. But yeah, even if the rent is slightly high, I would say it's worth it. Like me, I pay £157 a week, which is expensive for me, but it's okay, I don't mind it. I feel like I only get taxis when I'm going out somewhere far, like oh my god, right. So yeah, I was buying Pandora charms and I bought it on my credit card, but I gave the actual physical card to my mum because I'm not good at spending and I don't want to like get into debt or anything, so I gave it to her. But I still have it on Apple Pay, but my limit is like £100 on my card, so I don't want to go over that. But yeah, so I bought these Pandora charms, but obviously because Mum's got the car back at home and I was in Manchester, I couldn't go to the shop and get an easy refund, so I had to go to this blooming post place in the middle of nowhere in Manchester. Obviously I didn't know where it was, so I had to get a taxi in it. So I got a taxi, guess how much it cost? £44. It was, honestly, that's like half of the money that I was getting refunded, but I didn't have a choice, you know. Oh my god, it was mad. So yeah, just make sure that you budget so you don't have to give your cards to your mum. That's what I would say. Budget. But yeah, madness. So I'm not buying off the Pandora website, I'd rather just go to the physical store. So yeah. Yeah, that's a lesson learned. Okay, so the fifth tip I would say is when you're in the applying process, look carefully at the floor plans that they give you, because in some of the cases, if your bedroom is next door to like the storage cupboard, or in some accommodations if it's close to the stairs, you get more like room in your flat, in your room, flat room, whatever, in your room. So yeah, if you look at it, you'll notice that you might have an advantage if you decide to choose that room in comparison to the rest of your flatmates. So yeah, I'd advise you to look at the floor plans. Like in my bedroom, because my bedroom is next to the storage cupboard, I've got more room in my bedroom anyways. And then obviously because I've got a premium plus room, I've got extra room on top of that, so it's a win-win situation. Yeah. Obviously, once you have seen my bedroom tour, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. But guys, you guys are going to be shocked. Like the amount of friends I've had about it and they're like gobsmacked how big my room is. Guys, just wait for it, I'm excited. So moving on to the sixth point. Do look at the contract dates, because they differ around the different university halls, and some of the university halls might ask you to move out like Christmas and then move back in January, because like they have people staying over during festive time or summer or whatever. So just make sure you choose the right accommodation for you and you know the dates out of your contract. Like some of my friends' accommodations, they have to move out end of June, whereas I have to move out till end of August. So yeah, it depends. Like sometimes other accommodation places, they have a longer like time for you to stay in your accommodation, because they're thinking about the international students as well. So yeah, if you want to stay longer, because I'm just staying in a longer one because I plan to work over the summer, so it's okay for me, and then I'll just move out. And yeah, so that is the plan, because my aunt lives in Manchester, so just going to move all the stuff that I'm going to use for uni next year into her house and then take on some family for the remainder of summer. Back to my house. That's me. So then for my next tip, it is check what's included. So not only when you apply, but on the website afterwards, once you know what accommodation you're going to and you're staying, you know the flat and everything, just look on the website, see what's included, like kettle, ironing board, toaster, microwave, whatever. Because on ours, they put all the stuff that was included, like ironing board and stuff. We got there and none of it was there. Like even simple having bins in our rooms, they said that it was on the website and it was there until we got there. Then they took it off once we all emailed to say that we don't have any of the stuff that was meant to be in our like flat. Then they took it off thinking, what's the matter? And I was like, wow, I see how it is. Like honestly, it was shocking. And it took them like a good month to reply back to us as well, which is a bit rude. It was just irritating. Like if they told us that half the stuff that was on the website wasn't going to be in our flat, we could have bought it like way before, but they're to make it all complicated and funny. So that's my advice to you. Make sure you check and you just get stuff just in case, because it could happen. It could happen. And then also that many halls offer like inclusive rent packages, so you don't need to worry about things like water and electricity and Wi-Fi and stuff. But it's always a good idea to check, just in case they have any nasty hidden surprises, because you never know, you might actually, like with ours, if you want to have a faster Wi-Fi connection, you have to pay more for it. So it's up to you and what you want to do. But yeah, it's still a good idea to have a look so you're aware of things. Then the next step I'd say is, what is your budget? Looking at like your student loan and what other like income you can have coming in. You could use that as an advantage, I'd say, because if you know the proper amount of money that you know that's coming in, you're able to factor out the water things and the money that you need to save for the rest of the month for like shopping and stuff. So I would say it's very important that you budget and you know what's coming in. Also, it'll be important because if you're budgeting, you know how much like rent's going out every month and how much shopping's going to cost and stuff like that. And then if you are planning to save, which I'd say is to save like the money you have left over from your loan, if you have any, save it for the following like time you have to pay for your next installment, because sometimes it doesn't always like sometimes the amount can increase, like your rent amount can increase and you might not have enough to cover it. So if you've got left over or money from work or whatever that you're saving, you'll be able to use that leftover bits or the money that you've got to pay for the next installment. Because like with mine, like for example this month I had to pay, how much did I have to pay? Like £3,000, but I didn't have that money. I didn't have all of the £3,000. I had to use money that I had left over from my last student finance income thing. So yeah, so I was able to pay my full rent. Otherwise I would have had issues like I've had in the past. It's so stressful. So if you do it in advance at budget and stuff, you can stress without stressing. Basically, if you budget, you know you don't have any unexpected like shocks and you're able to work around things if you are stuck or you come to like a sticky situation. So yeah, definitely budget. Also, another advantage of budgeting is if you don't have enough money, you can always ask friends and family to help you out. So if you do that in advance, it's a win-win situation, isn't it? Also, my next step is to go on a student like applicant day or open day to visit the accommodation or a variety of different ones, so you know what to expect, so you've got a fair idea when you're looking at the floor plans and stuff during the application process. You can put two and two together and you have a fair idea. Also, you're able to get the current students that were living there's like opinion, because they're not going to lie to you, because how would they benefit from that? They're not going to lie to you about it because obviously they've been there, done that, so they're just going to tell you how it is. So yeah, I would advise listening to them and asking as many questions as you can. And yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions, guys. Don't be afraid, because that's for those people. I don't know what you call them. Like, I don't know what you call them. The people that show you around. I don't know, but whatever they're called, they guide people. They are there, that's what they're there for, so just ask them questions. If you're too afraid, you can always ask your mum or your dad to ask for you on your behalf. So yeah, definitely do that. And then my last tip is to apply as soon as possible, as the later you leave it, the less availability there is for your ideal choice of accommodation or halls or whatever you want to call it, because yeah, they go fast, they go like hot pancakes, they go fast AF. So yeah, just make sure you do everything in advance, on time, to a schedule, so you don't have to stress later. But yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you found these tips useful, and if you have any questions, you can always comment down below and I shall be sure to answer them. But yeah, I hope you have a lovely day, evening, noon, morning, or night, wherever you are, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye!
I don't want your number, I don't wanna give you mine, I don't wanna give you nowhere. I don't want no scrub.